At the round table with your host HL SILER, where we discuss issues that affect us all. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to Outside the Round Table. I'm your host, sometimes controversial, but always entertaining HL SILER. How's everybody doing today? And welcome to show 134. And like I do before every show, I like to thank God for everything he does in my life. Amen. I like to thank God for everything he does in my life because I couldn't do it without him. I could not do it without him. So having said that, is everybody ready today? I said, is everybody ready? Then let's get to it. The number here today is 386-868-3411. That's 386-868-3411. Have we lost our mind? Is it me or have we lost our minds? I like to know that. I don't recognize our country anymore. Breaking in people's houses with hammers and stuff. Are we going crazy? Are you kidding me? I feel these people are a threat to our country. And we need to become more heavy-handed in dealing with these people. Not 12-month sentences. See, they're only going to stop when you start sentencing people to 20 and 30 years, like you was doing during the crack epidemic. Remember y'all was giving us 5 years for a crack rock? Y'all was giving us 25 and 30 years for conspiracies, non-violent crimes. But somehow these violent people breaking in Congress people's house some kind of way, these politicians going out here, these Republican politicians going out here and spewing all this hate and nothing being done about it, telling all these lies, nothing being done about it. And that's a shame. It's a shame and a disgrace the way these Republicans are carrying on and acting so like savages. And everything they say we doing, that's what they doing. Remember I told you a long time ago. Their whole game plan, they tell you what they say you doing what they doing. And then these people come on to talk both sides. No, both sides. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to say the violence must stop. The violence must stop. Because we are all Americans. We're all Americans. What happened to loving thy neighbor? Whatever happened to that? Let me ask my native white brothers and sisters one thing today. Do you think these countries like Turkey, like China, Russia, Iran, do you think these countries, when they come to fight us, do you think they're going to kill you and me? Or you just think they're going to kill me? Because I'm here to tell you they're going to kill you and me. They see us fighting among ourselves and they plotting the whole time. We just had a president who got all that stuff laying around at Mar-a-Lago, all that certified information. That's a shame. Ain't no telling how many Putin assets he got as waiters, waitresses, maintenance people. Ain't no telling how many secrets and how much money he done made off of selling our secrets. I told this man he nothing but a grifter. Nothing but a grifter. Been a grifter all his life. Con man. I had a con man. Y'all want a con man to run the greatest country in the world. Don't make sense to me. I had a friend, and another thing too, I had a friend send me, I digress, but I gotta say this. Y'all know I talk about the SILER doctrine. And y'all know I've been saying about the kids need to get paid. And I had a friend send me an article, right? I want you to listen to me very carefully. I had a friend send me an article. And the article was top 5 leagues by the U.S. media rights deals, right? The top 5 leagues. Listen to me carefully. The top 5 leagues of U.S. media rights deals, right? You got the NFL leading the way. You got the NBA leading the way. You got the Major League Baseball, right? I want my listeners today to guess what's 4 and 5. I could not believe it. Guess what's 4 and 5, ladies and gentlemen? Number 4 is the Big Ten, the league I played in. Just the Big Ten, not college football, period. Just the Big Ten, $1 billion a year. At $1 billion a year. Guess what's next? March Madness. Not the rest of the season, not the whole season, just March Madness. Just a TV deal for March Madness. It's time for them to start paying our kids. I want y'all to go check that out. Next to the 3 major leagues, college football, the Big Ten, not even college football. If they put college football all together, it probably might pass one of them pro teams. But you got the Big Ten getting $1 billion a year. Just the Big Ten. Just the Big Ten. $1 billion a year, just TV. Just TV now. That's not counting merchandise. It's not counting no merchandise. That's not counting all the food they sell, them watered down hot dogs, them watered down Cokes and them hot dogs. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Making money hand over fist, kids not getting nothing. And this is why I get mad at my native blacks. Because y'all ain't like y'all love y'all kids so much, but your kids getting pimped. I'm here to tell you, in 2022, your kids getting pimped. The native blacks in this country getting pimped. And it needs to be a call for a blackout in 22, 23. Or 23, 24. But what is in the next year or two, there needs to be a movement afoot to have a blackout unless they start changing the way they deal with our kids. It's time for the SILER doctrine to be implemented. The SILER doctrine to be implemented. And if these schools love your kids like they say they do, they shouldn't have a problem with it because it's a win-win situation for the school and the communities and the kids in the community they come from. But I said, they don't want to get our kids nothing. They don't want to give us nothing. I asked you guys a couple of weeks ago, I said, when you watch football this weekend, just check the amount of black kids playing the game. Just check. I played in a league that's TV money, just the league, not the rest of the games, not the conference, not none of that. I mean the conference, yeah, that one conference though, the Big Ten, not the SEC. We don't know what the SEC get. We don't know what all the rest of them get. That's why you see Texas A&M and all these schools jumping in those SEC. Texas A&M used to be the Big 8. Money. This is why you see things like the transfer portal that came about. That's free agency in college sports. That's free agency in college sports. Transfer portal. Now they can transfer and play like a free agent. Kids still ain't getting nothing. Coaches making $10 billion a year. $10 million a year. 10 million, 7 million, 8 million, 9 million. All the coaches making all that money. Schools getting our kids ain't getting nothing. The community they come from ain't getting nothing. If you love your kids, it's time for you to say, hey, enough is enough. It's time for our kids to get compensated. They don't want out there playing the game. Ladies and gentlemen, so much money being made off the backs of our kids. And at no time, listen to me, at no time do our kids cross their mind. They're making all this money. At no time does it cross their mind to give our kids anything. Anything. No time they think about the kids is actually making the money. They never think about us, period. Because everybody used to making money off our backs. And what the SILER doctrine would do would make sure this antiquated model be removed. Because what the SILER doctrine would do is put a motivational tool in place to make sure the Native Black communities and the kids that come from it come home with degrees. Bring our kids back to the Native Black community with degrees, because they ain't getting no degrees now. And I'm here to say, if you don't care about your kid, who will? I'm just saying, if we don't care about our kids, who are? Who will? I just wanted to show you one college conference of what they made and just the TV deal on that conference. It has nothing to do with their attendance at games. It has nothing to do with concessions. It has nothing to do with merchandise. They still make all the money on that. They still make all the money at the gate. It's just a TV deal split among those teams. They're making money hand over fist. And we sit around and y'all be so grateful. My kid. And see, they count on those parents that live vicariously through their kids. They're just thinking about about their kid. They ain't thinking about the long run. See, that's what, to me, that's what the biggest problem with the Native Black community. We just think about self all the time. We don't think about the long run. We play checkers instead of chess. And the powers to be take advantage of that. You have these parents, oh, your son can go to pros. If he's good enough to go to pros, he'll go to pros anywhere. I keep telling people that. It used to be like that. It ain't not like that no more. Listen, it's time to pay the kids 25% of all the revenues being made off their back, period. They go to bowl game, they get 25% of that, and it's a motivation tool to keep kids in school. Too many times kids leave early because it's the grind. I'd rather go early. Man, if you stay another year, you might go to first round. No, I'm going now. Go to fifth or sixth round. Because of grind. But if you were paying them kids something, them kids had to step in and stuff, there wouldn't be no hurry to go to the pros. Because they be getting compensated already. And let me say this. When you leave high school and you get a scholarship and go off, that should be tantamount to you being a professional player or you going to the pros. Because let's say I don't make it be that 1%, but I still made you $400 million by the time I was there. What about that? You don't have no coaches coaching in college and then they go to the NFL. They're making money now. You see what happened when Saban went to the NFL? He got exposed. He can't coach. Can't coach. He got exposed when he was at the Dolphins. He got exposed. That's why he ran back to college. But I digress. But I'm just saying, 25% of all revenues made should be going to the UGB. It would be in the UGB, University Graduation Bonus. And what that would be a bonus from that school thanking you for coming there. And what that UGB, University Graduate Bonus, would also do would be a motivational tool put in place for our kids to stay there and graduate. Because the only way they could get that UGB is to graduate. So that's a win-win situation for the schools and a win-win situation for the players and the communities they come from. And also we need to make sure that money be appropriated from these schools to go back into these communities and start golf academy, tennis academies, technical schools. Our kids need something to do besides sit around and play video games. They need something to do. So that's what we need to do. We need to implement that SILER doctrine with the UGB and all other things that go with the SILER doctrine. Because that motivation tool will keep our kids in school. I'm telling you, that will keep our kids in school. If you get some money for graduate, now you're going to graduate. Because that's got to stop. All this money being made off of the Native Black community, and we ain't getting nothing. Because if these universities care about our kids, like they say they do, they should want our kids to stay in school and graduate. I'm here to say they don't really care about your child. I could be wrong. Number here today, 386-868-3411. You got free agency in college sports disguised as a college portal. Give me a break. They put any kind of name on it, make any kind of excuse to get more money and to make it better for the coaches who need players. Everything about the schools and the players. I mean the school and the coaches. I'm calling for a college blackout in 2023 now. Basketball and football in college. And I'm looking for them to do away with the one and done. Dudes going overseas now anyway. You can't force nobody to go to college. See, that was Boeheim and Shazinski and all them crying about not getting the top players. See, they're going to stop. They stop players from going straight to high school to the pros. You don't never know what my financial situation is, but you're so greedy. And so your coach is so greedy and spoiled that y'all gotta get top players. Even if y'all ain't gonna be about 4 or 5, 6 players good enough to go out of high school to the pros. You had a rule just to stop them players. You see how greedy they are? They put a rule in, one and done. You used to go straight to the pros out of high school. If my mama need help and I'm good enough to go dunk on grown men, I should be able to go do that. Huh? I should be able to go do that. I mean, it's got to be some sensible thinking. Black people got to sit, native blacks got to sit down and think about some things. Because we just like blind mice. Huh? Native blacks in this country like blind mice. We don't organize. We hate on each other. We killing each other. We have a culture of negativity that seems to flourish in our communities. We have to come together and sit down. I mean, we're in bad shape. The country in bad shape, but the Native Black community is really in bad shape. Because all the money being made off our backs. We ain't getting nothing. They had this war on drugs where they locked away all our men. And I don't mean no harm. But you got all those men locked up for marijuana, nonviolent marijuana offenses, and you got all these people in in all these states that don't legalize marijuana making money hand over fist. That's a shame. Making money hand over fist. It seems like the very thing that they're locking us up for, when it becomes legal, they lock us out. Huh? They lock us out. You can't even get a dispensary. And then the one black lady that had a dispensary in Alaska, they kept kicking our door in. The same way they do when we have a gun permit. They still treat us like we got a legal weapon on us. Still treat us like we got a legal concealed weapons only matter with native whites. If you have a concealed weapon, they still want to treat you just like you're a criminal. And that's why I say native black people got to start spending with themselves. Start loving themselves. Stop mean mugging each other. Stop killing each other. We make up 16% of the population, and we've been here longer than native whites. You know that's by design, and we play right into that scenario. Being here all this time. It took 40 years, way back in the 80s, and started locking us up ad nauseum with these draconian laws. They give a man actually had a nerve to give somebody 5 years for one crack rock. Catch a native white with a kilo and you give him 5 years. How that sound? What kind of sense that make? We have got to step up. We have got to change the culture in our communities. They make everything negative a culture in our community. Oh, you can't snitch. You can't do this. You can't do that. Let me tell you something. If you're a business person, you can't go out in the street and start shooting up with people because you got something to lose. So of course you got to call the police. What kind of sense that make? Only person that's go out in the street and start shooting somebody who ain't got nothing to lose. See, that's the kind of culture that they bring, that negative stinking thinking in our community where we say, he a snitch, he this. See, doing right, they're making a negative thing in our community. Doing right, they make it negative in our community. Our whole culture is negative. The music that they play on these radios now. When I was growing up, you couldn't play that music. You couldn't play that music. Because glorifying misusing our women, glorifying killing up each other. See what I'm talking about? Make songs like that. And then you go around and everybody, that's a great song, and everybody love that song. But you just disrespected our queens. They would never see, and I say that they allow this because they want us in that position. They don't want us to come to our senses. Because if we come to our senses, we'll see all the atrocities they make toward us. I'm calling for a blackout in 2023. You ain't got to leave school, but we need to get together and say, listen, if y'all start conversating, first of all, we want to see the books. Because we want 25% of the books. 25% of the books should be divided between all the players. And not this old lightning stuff. That's your money anyway. When you sign a scholarship, you should become an entity within yourself. All said monies and revenues should go straight to you. You should be like a corporation. Come on, man. It's 2022. And unless we get together and say, listen, Coach, I can't play this year, but I'm going to practice and everything, but I'm going to hope y'all get together. But we letting y'all know y'all need to get together. And that's why we're going to tell them ahead of time. We're telling them this year, want to start a campaign this year, to let them know our kids might practice next year, but they will not play. And if y'all want to continue this, then we'll bring it back to the HBUCs, and we'll get them TV contracts, and we'll implement the SILER doctrine with the HBCUs. Because now we can go get TV. We got the best player. We go get TV contract, and you split that right along with just like I just said, SILER doctrine. Pay ourselves. I don't want no HBUs to copy this blueprint that they got now. We're gonna bring the kids to the school, and y'all got to implement the SILER doctrine and start getting players 25% and all that. Then you'll get the best players, and now you got money to pay for them. You got money to buy new facilities, all that. Because people gonna pay to see the best players. People gonna pay to be the best players, and I want to see Alabama and Clemson play with an all-white team. And I'm gonna see how good Sweeney and Saban could coach. Because I believe both of them can't coach to me. Both of them can't coach to me, and both of them rednecks and don't care about your kids. Saban get the best 2 or 3 players at every position every year. I don't know how they got that figured out. He get the top players all over this country every year. Him and Swing, top 2 and 3 players in the top 2 or 3 players at their positions. Always go to Alabama or Clemson or one of the top schools. Always. Saban had some teams that I thought should have won the national title. That's why I say he can't coach. If I had, like I said, I'm gonna say this again. If I had all the teams he had, I have more championships. But I keep telling you, the bar way low for them. You figure I can't coach because you figure like you see him on TV. The bar low for them. If you're a good coach, they ain't finna give you no position anyway. You see where Hugh Jackson at here at Grambling should have an NFL coaching job. He at Grambling. They ain't gonna give us no job if you're good. They gonna get rid of you. They gonna like Floyd went 9-1. Last half of the season got fired. How you go 9-1 last half of the season and get fired? Come on now. This is what I'm talking about. But I mean, I could be wrong. This is how I feel. Cause you see all that money being made and ain't nothing coming to the communities these kids come from. Nothing. And it's a shame. It's a shame. And until people say something, because those with power ain't gonna never release that power unless they're forced to. If you ever notice, everybody, you know, something I want to do with that SILER doctrine. SILER doctrine also calls for a college union, a college player union for football and basketball. Because everybody has representation but our kids. The colleges got lawyers. The coaches got lawyers. The schools got lawyers. The conference got lawyers. The NCAA got lawyers. Everybody got lawyers but the kids. Everybody got representation but the kids. Think about it. But we about to stop that. And people get mad at me. But native blacks in this country have got to get a backbone. I'm just sorry. Too many of the mothers. Oh, my child. It ain't about your child. It's about the masses. It's about us as a collective. It ain't about your child. That's where that's where they get us at. We on a me trip. Native black me. Never us as a collective, because they don't taught us to hate ourselves. We want to be everything but a native black. Because they don't taught us to hate ourselves. So the Santos got a commercial going around. The Santos, he makes us free. I don't call him the Santos. He gonna make us free. He's free. Everything free. I'm free. He took half the books. Take half the books out of school so black kids would know. Because he said the white kids gonna feel bad. So we can't tell history now because white kids gonna feel bad. Are you kidding me? I think them kids want to know their history. That's what I think. Y'all try to stop the teaching of history. If you love your kid, I'm gonna say this again. If you love your kid, now's the time to stand up. Now's that time to stand up and demand that the SILER doctrine be implemented in college sports. Because they're making just too much money. And our kids not graduating. Something need to be done to ensure that our kids graduate and have a little money to come back into their communities with once they graduate. They're going off to school, getting in student debt, and even now to graduate. Now you come home in debt. That's the only thing you got to show for going to that school. And we got to stop that. And I think the reason I'm so emphatic because I was there bad at the University of Illinois. A lot of times it's politics. It's not talent, it's politics. A lot of times it's personality. Coach don't like your personality. Not just talent. So that way, if that so that's the reason we gotta make sure our kids get paid. Because everybody getting paid but them. They the only one out there putting their lives on the line. How that sound? And frankly, ladies and gentlemen, that would be a win-win situation for not only the kids, but the schools they play at. So why would they have a problem with that? It's a win-win situation. Nobody have a problem with it because they don't want the establishment and the power to be don't want to get the native blacks nothing. And they know we ain't gonna stand up for nothing. Huh? Because what the UGB would do is keep players from leaving early and keep players from dropping out of school. It'd be that motivational tool to keep that kid in school to make sure he graduates. Making the schools healthier and making our kids stay and get their degrees. What's wrong with giving our kids that motivational tool to stay in school? Because we need one. All this money being made off our kids with no motivational tool for the kids to keep them in school. The SILER doctrine will cover all that. It's time to get engaged, ladies and gentlemen, because we being pimped in real time. And you can get mad at me all you want, we being pimped. All you gotta do is look at TV. You ain't gotta believe me. But anyway, let me say this about law enforcement. Law enforcement in this country is not doing its job. Y'all shooting people for traffic offenses and all that, but y'all got a right-wing extremist groups out here threatening people and hurting people and scaring people. And I don't see y'all infiltrating none of that, none of those Proud Boys, Oath Keepers. As a matter of fact, some of y'all affiliated with them. That's why it's time to do an overhaul the way we hire police. They should take they should have a psychological makeup. And it should be a lot of test taken to ask them if they're prejudiced or ask them why they want to be police officers. But we need some psychological workups because I seen a study where 75%, once they did it, 75% was didn't qualify. They passed the physical, they passed the written, they did everything, but when they got to the psychological part, a lot of them said they wanted to show the black community who in charge. A lot of them said they wanted to. It wasn't about being benevolent. It wasn't about serving, protecting, and serving. We should demand these politicians stop telling lies too, because these lies are making people go out and do things to people. Like for instance, I could not believe. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. These candidates, first of all, we got over 200 candidates that was election deniers. They said Trump won and Biden lost. So you got them running for office. So you know what that's going to be. When they get in office, they're going to do everything Trump said. That's why Herschel Walker, they moved him from Texas to Georgia just to run for that spot against one off. But getting back to what I was saying, some of the candidates in the Republican Party took pictures of their opponents and superimposed defund the police, like they were wearing a defund the police shirt. Like there's a picture of them wearing and the people don't even have a defund police shirt at all. They superimpose. That's wrong. Because you just openly lying on people. I mean, if he had defund the police and he had a shirt on, cool. You could take that picture, or you found that picture, you could use it in your campaign. But to just superimpose and allow somebody, just outright allow somebody, and they never said that, it never was with that, and you take it on your own to put that on there, that should be against the law. You should be charged with offense. Because what you're doing is getting the public misinformation, and you should outright lying. Just like you got all these Republicans running for office that somehow magically took they for abortion with the rapist baby carrying the rapist baby. You know what I mean? Are you kidding me? And then what they do, they take it and delete it off their website. And when you ask them, they won't tell you what they think. See, this is the problem. If you're gonna run for office, you need to tell the people what you're gonna do and what you ain't gonna do, what you stand for and what you don't stand for. These people going out here lying just to get in office. That should be against all election rules. You shouldn't be able to go out here and openly lie on people. You shouldn't go out here and openly cast aspersions on people. You should talk about the policies. I haven't seen nobody go out and talk about policies yet. That's why I say I don't work in another country no more. They used to debate about policy. Now they debating about nonsense. Everything but policies. Superimposing on photos, defund the police, and just gonna do anything with my picture. And until these people start being held accountable, see, this is why I'm talking about law enforcement. They ain't holding people accountable. Because let me say something. Let me say this. Back in the 80s, 90s, when they had this war on crime, war on drugs, man, they was infiltrating the black neighborhoods and doing all this and setting you up and doing all this. Oh, they were doing everything. But I don't see them doing nothing. With these right-wing supremacists, I don't see them doing anything. I could be wrong, but it's like they ain't doing nothing. Are they investigating? Are they infiltrating? What's happening to these people? And then they giving out these little slap on the wrist sentences? We get a man who killed a police officer 7 years. You getting dudes like that 20 years for selling dope. Ain't even no kingpins. There ain't even no kingpins, just regular Joes, 20 years. Ain't no bunch of dope. But you got these people out here openly plotting to overthrow our government, undermining our democracy. And y'all not investigating nothing. Y'all sitting around acting like y'all can't do nothing. Y'all should be locking them up like y'all was locking us up in the 80s and 90s and 2000s. It's almost surreal to me to be living in 2022 and to went through all I went through on the war on drugs. And I did time in Jessup, and all them dudes there for nonviolent crime, just selling dope. All them years. Wasting them guys' lives. Now you got people out here openly breaking into people's houses, threatening people, doing all kind of things. No law enforcement. Law enforcement is like they with them. That's wrong. And then, something I want to talk to my native whites today. I think it's wrong that they're using y'all like that. Because they don't care nothing about y'all. You got these politicians wanting to openly lie to these people and using these people as weapons to do their bidding. And that's a shame. And I want the native whites to understand they only looking for the people who don't know no better and who poor. They're looking for y'all as sacrificial lamb to go out and do their bidding. They're looking at y'all as collateral damage. They don't care about y'all. Because if they care about you, they tell you the truth. They tell you a lie, so you're going to be a crash dummy. Huh? They're telling y'all lies, so y'all going to go crash dummies. They don't care nothing about y'all. I just think we're in bad shape. And that's why I'm kind of somber today. I just think we're in bad shape as a country. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back. We have some bills to pay. Be right back. Right. But yeah, I just think I'm just sad today because, this guy done went in, Nancy Pelosi attacked her husband. I don't want to, I just hate to see my country like this. And I know people that know better use, and people that don't know better weaponize against us. Because I say ad nauseum all the time, we all in this together, ladies and gentlemen. We all in this together. We need to stop. They want to keep us upset and fighting amongst each other so they can rob us blind and do what they want to do while we not paying attention. I'll call you on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, I just wanted to call and say thank you.
You kind of loud. You kind of loud.
All the information that you provide to us and the community.
Oh, okay. I'm listening.
And keep up the good work. I appreciate it. I listen to you every Tuesday.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day today.
Okay, thank you. I want also, to thank all my listeners in the Detroit, St. Louis area, because they send me a lot of emails, they don't call in for some reason. But anyway, I want to thank them, my listeners down in South Florida and the Bahamas, Freeport, and because we got to get a campaign to free Samuel 90 Nose again. And those of y'all in Freeport and Bahamas, y'all got to start calling in so we can get a campaign to get 90 home. Samuel 90 Nose. We got to get Samuel home, free 90. And I want to thank my listeners in the Volusia County area, Daytona Beach and the surrounding areas. And also, please don't forget about the Outside the Roundtable GoFundMe account, because it's a community show. We stimulate conversation while assimilating information in the effort to find a solution to the problem that we face each and every day. And I just try to take the pulse of the community. And I do this show on my own dime, but this is a community show, and it takes a community. Any amount helps. So Outside the Roundtable GoFundMe account, y'all need to be hitting it up. I need to be hitting it up. But I just want to say that, God bless America, and we live in a country that's the greatest country in the world. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. We listen to the country that's the greatest country in the world. We cannot allow people to subvert the will of the people. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to put these secretaries of state in all these red states to subvert the will of the people. Because we really don't live in a true democracy anyway. I tell you, we live in a plutocracy. Because democracy is one person, one vote. One person, one vote. We win by Democrats win by 8-9 million votes every election. So it ain't a true democracy, it's plutocracy. A plutocracy is a country made for rich people by rich people. And that's what you got going on. That's why you see people doing all the things they doing. We live in a plutocracy now. These are plutocrats. These are plutocrats. Because you got major corporations with all these puppets, and all they're doing is the bidding of the major corporations. And it's a shame. And then you have no oversight. All these people doing all these different things. Where's the oversight? No accountability. Not being held responsible. Doing what they want to do. Where's the oversight? We as Americans got to pay attention. We as Americans got to come together. See, if they keep us divided and arguing amongst ourselves, they winning. And what they do is they spewing all this nonsense to people who don't know no better. And that's why I said there should be laws that say a politician can't go out here and openly espouse lies. Because they're supposed to be in place of trust. They're supposed to be put in place of trust. So if you're going to go out here and tell open lie, we can't trust you. Huh? We can't trust you if you're going to go out here and openly lie. And where are the people that know better? How long are we going to let this continue till it's too late? Till we glowing? Because ain't no telling what Trump done gave up on us. Because he don't care about the American people. All he cares about is enriching himself and his family. Think about it, my native black brothers and sisters, because I love you. I was taught to love everybody. I love you. I'm mad because they take advantage of you. Because I know these people honestly believe what they're saying. See, you have some people that believe what you're saying because they feel you're in a position where you don't supposed to be lying to them. But they don't understand that all that's changed. They want to try to get us in a culture war when there's so much, it's so many problems, there's so much to do in this country to get us back on track. But we talking about nonsense. You talking about taking somebody, DeSantos the clown, hollering about, he got the commercial talking about, DeSantos, well, you can be free. Can you be free? How you gonna be free? He told you don't wear no mask. You can wear a mask to protect yourself. Because he didn't want, he gonna tell you don't matter. Listen, DeSantos the clown, if your kid don't want to wear a mask, you ain't gonna tell me about my kid wearing no mask. If you don't want to wear your kid don't wear a mask, then that's cool. But don't tell the rest of us what to do with our kids. A real clown. And then if you got someone, and then you know they just talking rhetoric. Because if you listen to what they say, they don't even make sense. How you gonna make us free when you're trying to make abortion illegal and make my child carry a rapist baby? Are you kidding me? How you giving me freedom trying to make my child carry a rapist baby? What a freedom in that? See, that's what I'm telling you, my native white brothers and sisters. Think about what these people saying to you. He's saying well, you can be free. How you free and free when he's throwing out books where your kid can't learn its history, the true history of this country? How does being free? This is why I say we got to listen to what's being said. We got to listen to what's being said. He's telling you about DeSantis. He's saying about being free when he's just the opposite. I keep telling you, these Republicans, whatever they say you're doing, that's what they're doing. They be doing the exact thing they're saying you're doing. We ain't doing nothing. We're trying to make the country better. And you got Democrats. You got they running Republicans. I told you they running Republicans and Democrats now. See, I told you when they win, and when they lose, they win. They always got the rig in. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, they always got the rig. That's why I was so mad about the election, because they had the rig in and they still lost. That's why he was so mad. That's why he was so mad. He had the rig in and still lost. He couldn't figure it out. That's why he was looking like that. Because he tried to set the tone ahead of the election. Because you can't tell me how you know the election is going to be the most rigged election of all time. And then you cast dispersion on all the good people that run these elections. Because every time you ain't involved, we have no problem about nothing being rigged. That's just a game they play. Trump has been a con man all his life. His kids are con men. They've been conning people all their life. Actually, people that had Trump University, which is an oxymoron. Trump University. That's an oxymoron if I ever heard one. But anyway, I digress. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, we have got to come together, start loving one another. And when we see people trying to espouse hate, we got to say to them, no, we got to love each other, brother. We got to love each other. It's easy to hate. It's easy to hate. It takes work to love. We need to love one another. We all Americans. I'm tired of this. I come to everybody today with a heavy heart. Because I see people being pitted against each other when only for the sake of those who trying to get money. They don't care nothing about the people that they're trying to sick on each other. And the media is complicit too. And the lexicon that's been going around shouldn't have no place in politics. If we don't get it together, it's going to be too late in a minute. Our country being bought from underneath us, ladies and gentlemen. My white brothers and sisters, our country being bought from underneath us. They're using y'all, saying they love you, but they don't love nobody but the money and their friend and the money they're making. They're selling us down the river. You got secret documents, classified information, nuclear classified information laying around. At Mar-a-Lago, are you kidding me? I told y'all when he was in office, I always felt unsafe. Because I felt like nobody was watching the door as far as our security is concerned. And I felt like the people that was put in place to protect us wasn't protecting us. They was just out to get what they could get. And the hell with 330-something million people. Because when they come forward, they're gonna jump on a plane. They got the money already overseas. They already got 5, 6, 7 houses in different countries. And it's gonna be me, you, Native blacks, Native whites, Native Americans, whatever. All that's gonna be sitting right here trying to defend this country because it's the only country we got. They don't got $200-300 million of our money. They gone. They don't have us fighting among each other, so we didn't even know about it. Now bombs coming in. We've been sold out. And guess what? Y'all Native whites and Native blacks gonna be right in there trying to fight for this country. And we're gonna be saying how great a person you are. But I say, let's don't wait to that. Let's don't wait for that. Let's take a deep breath. Let's take a deep breath and pause and just think about what's going on. Just think about what's going on. Because they're doing us wrong, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm saying. They're doing us wrong. They're stealing our money. They're selling our secrets. And they pitting us against each other. They're doing us wrong. We all got to come together and we got to get rid of these. We got to get rid of this council in Washington. You got Marjorie Greene going out here. You know, it's terrible. Whatever happened to, loving your fellow neighbor or your fellow American? Whatever happened to sympathy and empathy? We can't survive as a nation like this. And we got no leadership. It seems that the people that know the less are doing all the talking. Huh? See that the people that don't know nothing doing all the talking. Seems like the stupidness is taking the floor over sober thinking. I don't know, but I'm just saying it's a shame. It's a shame. I never thought in my, that I would get the chance to see a country that I love so much in this shape. In this shape. I keep telling everybody, we all in this together. I say that ad nauseum on every show. But I've been calling out, what they doing now, I called out over a year ago. Everybody thought I was crazy. Who really cares? But I eat and sleep this. I spend my own dime to come in here and tell everybody what's going on because it's bad. And I think it's an urgency. And I think I need to do that. I don't get nothing from doing this show, but the gratification of helping everybody and keeping people informed. That's all I get from this show. Gratification for helping people. Gratification for assimilating information. Giving people fact-based information when I see the media complicit with not giving up fact-based information. They're complicit with the nonsense. That's why I felt compelled to come on here and give everybody fact-based information. Because we ain't no sheep. We ain't no sheep. Only love can conquer hate. Gotta find a way, some way. Gotta bring some love in y'all. So if you missed the show, simply go to YouTube, type in YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. You type in Outside the Round Table 134, and boom, you got us. You got us. I want to thank everybody for allowing me into their orbit today. I really feel privileged to come on radio every Tuesday at noon and talk with everybody, to this community. I really feel privileged. I really feel privileged that the people in Detroit and St. Louis listening. I really feel privileged that the people in South Florida listening, and the show steady growing. So what I want everybody to do is just take a pause and think. My white brothers and sisters, my black brothers and sisters, remember we're all in this together, and love gonna win the day. So God bless America. I want to say it louder. God bless America. God bless America. So remember, H.L. SILER, he loves everybody. But he just loves with tough love. I love with tough love. That's what we need today, tough love. So until next Tuesday at noon, this is H.L. SILER at Outside the Round Table, and I'm out. Punish me, brutality. Come on.